pleased to be able to move into a role where I will be working to assist the campus community in developing the kind of research facilities it needs to support our extraordinary faculty.
Breaking news tonight on ABC 17 News at 5. Both President Tim Wolfe and Chancellor Arbo and Loftin have now resigned from their positions with the University of Missouri. In the past 30 minutes, Loftin telling the Board of Curators he will transition into a new role with the MU system, this coming after Tim Wolfe resigned earlier today.
And this is all coming after a group of black students have criticized Wolfe in recent weeks for his lack of action in response to racial issues on campus. We have team coverage tonight on this story with crews stationed around Columbia, getting reaction from various groups impacted by the decision. We start tonight with ABC 17's Marissa Holloway, who's live on the MU campus. Marissa, right now it's not clear who will take over Wolfe's position.
Yeah, that's right, Jillian. A lot of open ends tonight for this big shakeup here at Mizzou. We know earlier this morning, President Wolfe stepped down from his position as president of the system. Right now, they're searching for an interim replacement, and they tell us that will come as soon as possible. That's the only timeline we know right now. Also developing today, Chancellor Loftin announces that he's going to be transitioning out of his position as chancellor and moving into a role that will focus more on research efforts. We know that Hank Foley, he's the senior vice chancellor, will fill in as interim chancellor in the time being. And ABC 17's Lindsay Burning joins me now. She's been here at the center all day, and you've been following the developments here. And they also announced a lot of new initiatives that the university is going to be taking.
That's right, Marissa. Now, when board president Donald Cups came to the podium, he said, now we are going to make some changes, but we're not just saying we're making changes. We do have several new policies that we are putting into place. There are about 10 new policies into place, as well as several others that they will be revamping and making sure that they are implementing. Now, some of those new policies are a first ever chief diversity, inclusion, and equity officer appointed for the system. They will also have additional support for hiring and retention of diverse faculty and staff, and they will be creating a diversity and inclusion, equity inclusion task force. Now, those are just a few of them. There are several more, and we'll go more into that on ABC 17 News at 6. But like you were saying earlier today, we were waiting here for a decision for about 6 hours today after Tim Wolfe announced that he was going to step down. He said he finally decided to resign because he said he didn't feel like there could be healing unless he did step down. So after he did step down, I did talk to Senator Maria Chappelle Nadal, who is a Democrat senator from St. Louis, and she said that she believed, now she's happy he stepped down, but she believes that's just one step toward the healing process.
We have to focus on how he made his statement. He said, use this as a way of healing. There are a lot of people who are frustrated, which we know that to be the case nationally, but I want to make sure that the system really focuses in on the culture and environment of the student population.
All right, well, Lindsay, thanks for that. And Donald Cups, you mentioned the chairman, he was here, and he did say that President Wolfe resigning this morning was Wolfe's decision. I know there were a lot of rumors swirling around that maybe the university possibly asked him to step down, but they say that's not the case, and we will continue to follow up on this story tonight. We'll be out here talking to people as they leave this evening, so make sure to stick with us. Reporting live in Columbia, I'm Marissa Holloway with ABC 17's Lindsay Burning.
And our crews were on campus today when Wolfe announced his resignation.
ABC 17's Joe McLean talked to students who celebrated the move, but not everyone supported that move. Joe?
That's right, Daniel. It was a lively scene out here today on campus, but it was hundreds of students and supporters were out here standing in protest, but that protest pretty quickly turned to celebration when news was heard that President Tim Wolfe stepped down from his job. But as you said, Daniel, not everyone was celebrating out here today. There was a lot of mixed opinions as I spoke to students and faculty. Take a listen.
Our goal is to abolish inequalities at the intersection of race at the University of Missouri-Columbia.
Students, we paid to come here. You know, if we want change to happen, we gotta fight for it. I think we saw that we would not get the leadership we needed from him in that position.
It feels amazing. You know, only good things happen when we unite.
I just feel like it's gone overboard. And and that what they're asking for is just over the top. You know, it's really hurt my ability this week to learn.
Yeah, like it happened, so like they should just go home and like celebrate. But
I've talked to a lot of students over the last semester who come in and say that this is a hostile place for them to be.
There's a lot more work that we need to do, and I look forward to a better future at Mizzou.
And moving forward, the group known as Concerned Student 1950 says, quote, this is just the beginning. They are calling for a higher number of black faculty members within the UM systems, and they also demanded a meeting with the University Board of Curators. They say more changes are in the works. Live on the MU campus in Columbia, Joe McLean, ABC 17 News.
Thank you, Joe. And the movement got a major boost over the weekend when the Mizzou football players announced their support for the ongoing campus protests against racial injustice.
The players say they will resume all football-related activities tonight after previously promising to stop playing games until President Wolfe resigned. Just in the last 2 hours, MU head football coach Gary Pinkel spoke about his decision to support his players in this movement. ABC 17's Austin Kim sat in on the news conference today. Austin, the topic of the conference was not about football.
No, it wasn't, Daniel and Jillian. It was about social issues, quite frankly, and both Mizzou football coach Gary Pinkel and Mizzou athletic director Mack Rhodes said during this entire time they just wanted to support the football players that were protesting, and that was their biggest concern amongst anything else. Now, during the 35-minute news conference, both Pinkel and Rhodes said they have never seen anything like this. They have never dealt with anything like this because, quite frankly, nothing like this has ever taken place on a college campus, especially when it involves an athletic department as big as the University of Missouri. Now, throughout this entire time, both Pinkel and Rhodes reiterated that a protest, a boycott, it was not the ideal way to approach things, especially during extraordinary circumstances. However, they said that they wanted to support their players the entire time. And here's head coach Gary Pinkel on why he gave his players that support.
My players, they're my kids. I love those guys. I got 127 of them, okay? And when they say they need my support, I certainly knew about what was going on on the university, but it had nothing to do with that. It simply had to do with my players deeply cared about this guy, and he was dying, and will you support me, coach? And that's what I did.
Now, right before we went live, I actually ran into a few black MU football players who were just on campus. They declined comment on this entire story and President Wolfe's resignation. However, Jason Reese, the tight end for Missouri, did say, this is not about us. This is about Concerned Student 1950. We cannot say anymore. Reporting live on the University of Missouri campus, Austin Kim, ABC 17 News.
Thank you, Austin. Several lawmakers weighing in today on Wolfe's decision to step down. Governor Nixon issuing a statement after Wolfe's announcement today saying, in part, Tim Wolfe's resignation was a necessary step toward healing and reconciliation on the University of Missouri campus, and I appreciate his decision to do so. There is more work to do, and now the University of Missouri must move forward united by a commitment to excellence and the respect and tolerance for all. Now, we've posted a full recount of the events today leading up to Wolfe and Loftin's decisions. We've also have reactions from students and lawmakers that followed. You can find those stories posted on our Facebook and Twitter accounts as well as abc17news.com.